be here this evening to present to you What Was Mama Doin'?
Along with our songs and music this evening, we're going to share with you a little of the girls' point of view of the war years, while we pay tribute to the Year of the Veteran. For this show, we worked with Ottawa writer and Lemmon Sisters friend, Trudy Chapman, who interviewed over a dozen ladies. Yes, thank you, Trudy. She interviewed over a dozen ladies and recorded their war experiences in conversation.
So between each of our musical selections, we'll play a little clip from one of the interviews, one that will set the stage for the next selection. Some of the music is very buoyant, and the clips, some of them are very sad. And you can appreciate why the music needed to be so buoyant. People needed that to keep their spirits up. So let's begin in the beginning.
My dad always said, you are to support your country, and if there's ever a war, you're to go and fight to defend your country.
Joined the Canadian Air Force because they wanted me, and I had already applied for the RINs, the English RINs, had my medical and everything, and they had not bothered to get in touch with me. 6 months later, the Canadian Air Force came along. I applied on Friday, had word on Monday that I would be in the Air Force if I wanted to be. And at the same mail, I had the acceptance by the Royal Navy. But I weighed the two and found, oh gosh, I think I'd rather go back to Canada afterwards. It might be a little difficult, and if I remained in the English Navy. So I joined the Air Force, and they said I could be a photographer, a meteorologist, or a stenographer. So I said, I think I'll take photography, and I did.
You've seen him up and down the avenue, and now he's wearing the navy blue. She had a tear in the corner of her eye as he said his last goodbye. 2, 3, shoo, 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 baby. Shoo, 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 baby. Bye, 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 baby. Do-da-do-day. Your pop is off to the 7 seas. The don't cry, baby. Da-do-day. Don't sigh, baby. Da-do-day. Bye, 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 baby. Da-do-day. When I come back, we'll live a life of ease. Seems kind of tough now to say goodbye this way, but Papa's gotta be rough now so that he can be sweet to you another day. Bye, 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 baby. I don't cry, baby. Shoo, 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 baby. Your Papa's off to the 7 seas. Shoo, baby, do-da-do-day. Shoo, baby, do-da-do-day, yeah. Shoo, baby, shoo, shoo. Quiet, I want a little bit of quiet in the house, please. She wants a little bit of quiet in the house, 'cause Papa's on his way to cross the 7 seas. So don't you cry, oh, don't you sigh goodbye now. Shoo, shoo, baby. Shoo, oh, oh, shoo, shoo, my baby. Shoo, 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 baby, don't you cry no more. We could tell the Papa's off to the 7 seas. Seems kind of tough now to say goodbye this way, but Papa's gotta be rough now so that he can be sweet to you another day. Shoo, baby, da-da-day. Shoo, baby, da-da-day. Shoo, 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 baby, goodbye, goodbye. Your Papa's off to the 7 seas. 7 seas. Your big guitar Papa's off to the 7 seas.
when my dad said to me, well, I'm proud of you, but I don't know why you waited so long. My mother said, I'm ashamed of you. She said, you're leaving me with still younger children at home to take care of in a wartime situation. You're the eldest of the family. It was your duty to stay. And I said, I never thought of it that way. She resented that always. To the last days, she used to say, you disappointed me all through. And I used to be really hurt about it. It was difficult.
Girls were taken into the Air Force so that men may fly. This was the thing, that men may fly. This was why the motto. And so there were 3 of us who joined up, and this was a picture that went into newspapers and magazines and that kind of stuff, just that men may fly. It was supposed to encourage young men and young women to join the service.
Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man of his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, Company B. The name blows bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps beneath this reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. A root, a toot, a tootly out, a toot. He blows 8 to the bar. A boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar was playing with him. And the company jumps beneath this reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. When he played boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. And when he played, he made the company jump 8 to the bar. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da 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 doodly yada doodly yada toot toot. He blows 8 to the bar. He can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar's playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, it really breaks them up when he does reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Da 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 da. The company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
There were some women who followed their husbands across the country from army camp to army camp.
I was very lucky all along the way. I traveled for the whole 10 months with one little suitcase. It wasn't really an awful time. It was a very interesting time. But of course, you always had in the back of your mind, how long is it going to last? You know, that was the thing. But I figured as long as I can be there, and I could, I was going to be there. And Max used to sneak through the bushes every night. And we used to sleep in this single bed because we were just married, so it wasn't so terrible. And in the morning, this guy would knock on the door, Max, 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 it's 5 o'clock.
Underneath the lantern by the barricade, darling, I remember the way you used to wait. Was there that you whispered tenderly that you loved me, you'd always be my lily of the lamplight, my own. for us to part. Darling, I caress you and press you to my heart. And there, beneath that far-off lantern light, I'd hold you tight. We kiss goodnight, my lily of the lamplight, my own lily, my way. Orders came for sailing somewhere over there. All confined to barracks was more than I could bear. I knew you were waiting in the street. I heard your feet, but could not meet my lily of the lamplight, my own Lily Marley. Resting in a billet just behind the line, even though we parted, your lips are close to mine. You wait where the lantern softly gleams, your sweet face seems to haunt my dreams, my lily of the lamplight, my own Lily Marley, my lily of the lamplight, my own Lily Marley.
Well, some of the women found themselves doing some surprising things. But when opportunity knocks, you've just got to answer.
I couldn't stick to anything. I quit school when I shouldn't have, and I get a job, and I'd quit that job. So I thought, well, if I get into the forces, I'll have to stay. I can't get out. Being patriotic, no. I don't think that even entered my mind. I was 19. Who thinks of things like that? There was a ban on alcohol at that time. You were allowed 13 ounces. I used to go around to all the girls. They were given little books every month. So I'd go around and collect all these books. And then when any of the officers came in from Ottawa, they'd say, well, do you know where we could get some liquor? Oh, yes, I can get it for you. Had a whole locker full of bottles for them. I guess I shouldn't be telling people that.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Buzzer took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, now listen, Jack, straighten up and fly right, straighten up and stay bright, straighten up and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top, ain't no use in diving, what's the use in driving, you better straighten up and fly right, cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzer told the monkey, you are choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free. The monkey looked the buzzer right dead in the eye and said, your story's so touching, but it sounds like a lie. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. I said, straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use in driving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. The buzzer told the monkey, you are choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free. The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye and said, your story's so touching, but it sounds like a lie. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use in driving? You better straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Fly right. Thank you so much.
We heard from some of the ladies that we interviewed about how the men would take off on their bombing forays every day, and they'd come back regularly, just like we think of shift work. You got used to some of them making it, and others not. In the midst of the uncertainty and terror, for relief, there was fun with groups of new friends, and music, always the music.
This nightclub, the main nightclub through meeting my husband, was called the Wellington. It was just on the other side of the street from Harrods. And I had been there several times with the 609 Squadron chaps. We had parties, but it was always in groups, and it was marvelous, just wonderful. And they were all looking out for each other, even in the bombing days, and the bombs didn't seem so near or so dangerous when you were with a group of people, like these fellas anyway. And they said, we have a Canadian with us now. I'd love you to meet him. He's really a great fellow. So I said, oh, okay. So they brought him over, and that was the beginning of my love story. I never even thought of him being shot down. And the next morning I had a call from his CO to say, I'm awfully sorry, but I have to tell you that Keith was shot down in flames yesterday.
You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh, it's just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his fate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. Despite all of the adventures that our ladies faced, and they had a lot of really good times, there was a lot of tragedy that we heard about. This was war, after all.
I was going out with a young man by the name of Pete Clegg, and he came from London, Ontario. And I went out with him quite a few times, and we went to the show into Vancouver this night. And the next morning I went to work, and they asked me to take the ambulance out because there'd been a crash on the runway, and it was his plane. He was killed.
It was nothing to lose cruise. I started out as a batwoman, and then I ended up with the job in what they called the laundry room. We took in all the officers' laundry and their dry cleaning, and you took it out to the laundries to be done, and then we went and picked it up, and I ran the office that had it. And then they also gave me the job of getting all the mail for anybody that had been lost on a raid, which wasn't the nicest part of the job. They figured I knew who wasn't there, mainly because of the laundry. It sounds stupid, but that's the way it was.
It was a very sad time, but wonderful people, wonderful people.
I wrote my mother, I wrote my father, and now I'm writing you too. I'm sure of mother, I'm sure of father, and now I wanna be sure, very, very sure of you. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home. I just got word from the guy who heard from the guy next door to me. The girl he met just loves to pet, and she fits you to a T. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. With anyone else but her. No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Not till you see me. Not until you see me marching home. Home, 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 sweet home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. With anyone else but her. No, 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 not a single soul but me. No, 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 don't you go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Not till you see me. Not until you see me marching home. Home, 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 sweet home. Just wait till I come marching home. Warm in arms, sit down under the apple tree, baby, just you and me, when I come marching home. Thank you. Thank you.
Just as we got near Piccadilly, I spotted this old lady with her little cart with flowers. My mother used to tell me about the barrel ladies, she called them, that sold flowers on the street. So I left Peggy and wandered over, and I'm looking at these flowers, wondering if I recognize any, if there's something she talked about or knew about. And while I'm standing there, a man came along, slight little pencil mustache, briefcase, an umbrella, bowler hat, a real English businessman, striped pants and getaway coat. And he leans over the barrel and picks one of these and one of those, makes a big bouquet. He turns around, hands them to me and says, "Thank you, Canada," and walked away. I could have cried.
I'll never forget the people I met, braving those angry skies. I remember well as the shadows fell, the light of hope in their eyes. And though I'm far away, I still can hear them say, "Thumbs up," for when the dawn comes up, there'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow, when the world is free, the shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. Tomorrow, when the world is free. Tomorrow, just you wait and see.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
There was a group of us who knitted. I guess we knitted socks. I can't remember, but we knitted. Mary and I and a couple of other girls had a bridge club. So there was an area of normalcy. You carried on day after day in a normal way. knowing that it could end. Granddaddy took Betty, John's sister, and her son, Bill, and me and Jane for dinner every Saturday night. So it was a weepy time. Underneath the normal, it was weepy. I think most people ordered their lives above that. You live with that underneath and live 24 hours every day. The phone calls were ridiculous. They were timed. And you knew at a certain time you were going to get a phone call from overseas. So what do you say? Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. How's Jane? She's fine too. How are you? I'm fine. What more can you say? They were monitored.
Hello, operator. Give me Pennsylvania 65000. Numbers I've got by the dozen. Everyone's uncle and cousin. But I can't live without buzzing. Pennsylvania 65000. I've got a sweetie I know there. Someone who sets me aglow there. Gives me the sweetest hello there. Pennsylvania 65000. We don't say how are you, or very seldom ask what's new. Instead we start and end each call with baby confidentially, I love you. Maybe it sounds a bit funny when I'm away from my honey. Here's what I do with my money. Pennsylvania 65000. Hello, operator, hello. Gives me the greatest pleasure to call. Pennsylvania 65000. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hello, operator, hello. Please don't keep me waiting to call. Pennsylvania 65000. Numbers I've got by the dozen. Everyone's uncle and cousin. But I can't live without buzzing. Pennsylvania 65000. I've got a sweetie I know there. Someone who sets me aglow there. That gives me the sweetest hello there. Pennsylvania 65000. Oh, ring that bell. We don't say how are you, and very seldom ever ask what's new. Instead, we start each call and then we end each call with baby confidentially, I love you. Maybe it sounds a bit funny when I am away from my honey. Here's what I do with my money. Pennsylvania 65000. Ring, 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 ring my number. Ring, 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 ring my number. Ring, 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 ring my number. Pennsylvania 65000.
Thing is, what you must do, you can't look behind. It's all there. It's all happened. And you are a product of what was. You can't be focusing on the future. It hasn't happened. It's not there. You don't even have it yet. Heaven's sakes, I could be dead in half an hour. Walk outside and be hit by a truck. But what you do have is the moment. You've got right now. And if you don't love right now, you're missing everything. You truly are. You're missing everything. It's right this moment.
yeux qui font baiser les miens, un rire qui se perce sous bouche. Voilà le pâtre sans retouche de l'âme auquel je pâtiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle du bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, ce que ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la journée pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à peu finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent. Heureux, heureux à mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Tout me l'a dit, la journée pour la vie. Et bien quand je t'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
Then that evening, we had to stay overnight. They took us by bus downtown, and we were in Woolworths. Somebody yelled, "There's bobby pins over here!" There's things that we hadn't seen for ages. We were so excited. Then the next morning, we went in for breakfast, and they had these huge vats of fresh grapefruit juice, and the big white mugs. Well, we hadn't seen fruit juices for 3 years. It took everybody to take a mug and drink it down. I think nearly everybody got 3 mugs right there before they moved on to the next one.
Seems like old times, having you to walk with. Seems like old times, having you to talk with. And it's still a it was the day I found you. Seems like old times. Dinner dates and flowers, just like old times. Staying up for hours, making dreams come true. Doing things we used to do. Seems like old times. Being here with you. It seems like old times. Dinner dates and flowers, just like old times. Staying up for hours, making dreams come true. Doing things we used to do. Seems like old times. Being here with you. Seems like old times. Being here with you. Seems like old times. Being here with you.
Thank you.
Well, after the war had ended, some folks got together right away, and for other folks, it took some time to reconnect.
He was shot down, and his parents didn't know for 6 months that he was actually okay. And it was during the time I was away that he came back, phoned me in London, and I wasn't there, and my boss gave him the address of the vacation package that I was on. And I was one day sort of sitting reading in my room. It was raining, and I was in the Lake District, Keswick in England. Oh, it's a beautiful spot. And the door, rap on the door, and I thought, oh, I wonder who is this? And I opened the door, and there was Keith. Well, I nearly fainted. Couldn't believe it. And I said, what are you doing here? He said, well, that's a fine welcoming. Anyway, he stayed at the hotel. We went for walks, got to know each other again, and had a good session together. It was really quite wonderful.
I saw you last night and got that old feeling. When you came in sight, I got that old feeling. The moment that you came by, I felt a thrill. And when you caught my eye, my heart stood still. And once again, I seemed to feel that old yearning. And I knew the spark of love was still burning. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start, for that old feeling still in my heart. of love was still burning. There'll be no new romance for me. It's foolish to start that old feeling. It's still in my heart, still in my heart, still in my heart.
Thank you. Thank you.
When I got the telegram saying he was coming home, of course, I didn't think I should go to the station, but I thought he and his dad needed to be alone for having lost his mother, you know. So, the next day, I was up bright and early, and Vera High, the lady uptown, phoned me up at, I would say 10 o'clock in the morning. And she said, did you know Ken Thompson was home? And I said, no, but I knew he was coming. Well, she said, you better get ready, he's heading your way.
Cathedral bells were tolling, and our hearts sang on. Was it the spell of Paris, or the April dawn? Who knows if we shall meet again? But when the morning chimes ring sweet again, I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
There's something very wrong. I don't, it's a terrible thing. However, until there isn't such a thing as greed, whether it's for money or whether it's land or country, as long as there's greed, then there's going to be fighting, and there's going to be fighting amongst ourselves and fighting over stuff and things, because it's greed. That's the terrible thing. I don't know if anybody learns anything or not. Certainly after the war, when the wounds are brand new, when you're still weeping, and the wounds are raw, you're so vulnerable, and you feel that never again will this happen. Never again. We will look after each other. We'll take care. We've got to see that this will never, ever happen again, ever. Oh, what folly.
Last night I had the strangest dream I'd ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room, and the room was full of men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed and a million copies made, they all joined hands and bowed their heads, and grateful prayers were prayed. Last night I had the strangest dream I'd ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. And the people in the streets below